Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
I am Michelle Asta, and this is
Rachel Webb.
And we are your hosts of Disturbed
And Confused.
We are at episode 16, girl.
Unbelievable.
Woo!
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, we have a wonderful guest joining us tonight. But before we get to him, I'm going to make you sit there and wait a few minutes more.
That's right.
Just hush up, hush up. We have some birthday shout outs we have to do. So we have Stacy Krell, Bobby Leocotti, Gary Cardono, Mark D'Ambrosio, Don Salenza, Jeff Perrette, Misty D'Ambrosio. You want to do a few there?
Where are we at? Rick Donato and Dominic Barbara and Jack Herrera.
Jack Herrera, yes.
All right.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday. We're not going to sing because I've been banned from singing live now on the show forever. They said I'm not allowed anymore.
We want to keep our fans.
Yes, we want to keep our fans and our viewers. So anyway, tonight we have the amazing Tugboat Manny. So awesome to have you here.
Oh,
Thank you so much for joining us.
thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
I mean, it's been a whole week since I've seen you, not even.
Yeah, I know. You might want to go longer.
No, we love you. We love you. You know we do. I wouldn't have you here if I didn't like you.
I love the name of your podcast too, by the way.
Thank you. Thank
Disturbed.
you.
I'm disturbed.
Me
and-
too.
And confused.
Me too. Isn't everyone?
Yeah.
That's why I picked
Wraps
that
up
name.
most people.
Yeah.
Everybody can kind of relate.
I know.
The entire United
I know
States.
we definitely can.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in the same boat.
Wow. Speaking of boat, I really
Ah.
need to know, how did you get your name?
Okay, one of the comedians told me to use it because I'm a former deckhand on harbor and ocean going tugboats
Wow.
out of Staten Island. I know. Last week I might have said it. I'm not sure if I said it in my act last week, but in my act, in my intro, I'll say a couple jokes that'll tell you about it in there, you know. So, but I'm a former
Wow.
deckhand.
I did not know that.
Yeah, out of Staten Island.
How
And
cool.
I transported barges the size of like a football field.
Wow.
Filled with oil or different petroleum products
Yeah,
like ethanol,
Oh,
you
wow.
know, all different things. Like, I mean, we were trained to do that. I didn't know any, you know.
He had nothing to do with anything.
But all I know, one time we had to take the hatches off on the barge. The barge was light, and this guy's walking around with one of these meters, like, you know, if it's high in toxicity or whatever. Yeah. So all of a sudden he comes near me, and I'm loosening the bolts. He's like,
He's there.
He's like, Manny, you gotta go. He's like, Manny, you better get away from there. I'm like,
where?
I'm like, this just adds to more of my mess, you know.
That's hysterical.
But we used to transport them when I first started. We used to load the barge in Staten Island at one of those, you know, you go over the bridge over there, the AK,
Yeah.
And we used to load there, and then we used to go up to Providence, Rhode Island, drop off at Exxon or whatever it was.
Wow.
And then we would go from there to Boston. And I love Boston.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've never been to Boston.
It's beautiful.
I hear they have great like steak houses and
well, see, I didn't, you know, I wouldn't go and hang out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would always go and be crew change, like, you know, like so that the company would like crew change you all at one place.
Yeah.
Right.
So you would get to Boston, then like the tugboat would be out in the harbor, like coming in, and then like you would be on a little with like 10 other guys, All right, time to go to work. And you're all like, I don't want to go. For 2 weeks, a month.
So no steak dinners.
Yeah, well, we would have steak, cook your own steak night.
Oh.
So then we had potato and corn. And I had one captain was like, he comes down and we, corn on the cob, right?
Yeah.
And then we would have potatoes,
Right.
with sour cream, whatever, make your own thing.
Yum, you're making me hungry.
And and one captain came down, was like, he goes, starch and starch.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you really? Are you going to get this?
See, I love corn.
Are you going to get this? This is how they get out there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How long did you do that?
Yeah.
I did it for 5 years. It was
5
crazy.
years.
I bet.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Did you ever get seasick?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It gets rough out there.
Yeah, there was a guy from Belarus. I can't say Russia because Belarus used to be part of Russia.
Oh, yeah.
You learn like a bunch of different things.
I'm blonde. I don't know all that stuff.
No, you're
I'm
let
kidding.
me tell you something. With your thing you got going on here, you know what's going on. Besides calling your daughter downstairs.
Yeah, oh my God. I was in a panic before, guys. We couldn't find our studio room.
We're not going to be here. Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, Mia! Went running up the stairs.
Oh, that was great.
That was
But
funny.
the guy from Belarus says, Manny, he's like, the Yankees were in the World Series when they were playing Philly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they were going back and forth, and we were going back and forth on the boat. So it was, during that time, the Yankees, we were in New York Harbor. Then we go. So I would stay up and watch the World Series. It was past 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So the new watch would come on, and it was this guy from Belarus. He didn't.
Wow.
You get water under some people, and they just change.
Yeah.
They like it's different world out there.
Oh, yeah.
So, but he told me, he's like, he came around, I'm watching the World Series and went into extra innings. I said, this guy's going to go nuts. He likes to be alone. He came up to me. He's like, Manny, I don't know what to do, but I want to kill you. And I was,
I want to kill you. You're so sweet.
Thank you so
much. I want
much.
to keep you. I want you to be like a permanent fixture in the studio.
Oh, that would be great.
You're a blast.
What would you call it? Tugboat on well, we can't say the same. This is really nice,
The
man.
confused tugboat.
Yes. Oh,
Or confused Manny.
confused. Yeah. I like that.
Oh my God, too funny. You're adorable. We just vibed since we met. We only met last week, guys.
Yeah. And I think we became Facebook friends
Yes.
through the community.
Yes.
I think
Through the comedy world.
Well, you know what it was? I think you saw how talented that I was.
You really
Oh,
are.
that's
I mean,
exactly
not to
what it
pat
was.
your own back or anything.
Exactly.
But you really
Or
are
bring
very
yourself
talented.
up.
You had a
Thank you.
great set last week. I mean, I did not stop laughing.
Thank
Sorry,
you so
Check
much.
out
missed it.
Tugboat
Yeah.
Manny.
Gotta check out the next show.
Oh, well, yeah. You know what it is? When you have so much talent like I do.
Right.
Where's the bullshit button?
Hey, ready?
Hit 'em more. Hit 'em more. Hit 'em more.
Wait, let's hear it again.
Oh, where's the shovel? It's getting deep in here.
I gotta put on my waders and my big boots. Getting pretty deep.
When I went to when I first started, I remember I was at a diner. Comedians go to a diner, right? And
Mhm.
now I give a rat's ass.
Yeah.
Like who, whatever.
Yeah.
I just want to be around like this.
Yeah. Just want to have fun.
Like this, So I remember I was around with all the big boy comedians, and it was all guy comedians at the time at the diner. And I was like, wow, this is. So I go, guys, I go, I know comedy is hard for some people, or maybe even most. But I said, for me, it's easy because I'm very talented.
You have to work at it. It just comes natural.
They were all like,
You're like the female you're the male version of Rachel because she says the same
But I'm
stuff
not
about
PG.
her.
oh, well, I insinuate something.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes we go rated R.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'll insinuate, but if there's kids around, I won't.
Keep it clean. Yeah.
No,
same vice
he
versa.
behaves.
Yeah,
That I can
because
say.
I won't be vulgar. I won't be
No.
profanity.
Good boy.
Like people will put me at family shows and
Well,
stuff.
if you curse, we're putting you right in the corner with the dunce cap. It's all ready for you.
Yes.
Just so you know. This
And
isn't.
spankings.
and spankings.
And
Don't start
spanking.
cussing.
You know what? Son of a
Yeah. He wants to
Bleep,
get spanked. So I have a few people checking in. Bruno Coppola. Hello,
Mhm.
Bruno.
Oh, William Lannon.
Oh, yeah.
He's a very big supporter of comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Darcy Novick is one of the people that uses me on her shows.
She uses you, huh?
She uses, yeah.
I bet you like that.
She is one of the yes.
PG.
She is actually Darcy is one of the people that has given me my most and my biggest opportunities.
Really?
When other people have closed doors on me, she has opened them up, and not only like opened them up, like opened up the Westbury Music Fair for me,
Wow.
which I passed over here.
Yeah.
I took a picture of the sign.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna post it
I'm
later.
supposed to go there in a couple of weeks to see a concert, but instead I'm going to stay over at Rachel's house.
Yeah.
I think that would. You know what? I
Girls'
might. I
summer
might.
party.
Can
You
I
wanna
come
join
over
us?
too?
You
Yeah.
wanna
You're
join
gonna
us?
hate it. We're doing pillow fighting in pajamas and
We talk
90s
about
and-
maxi
Oh, really?
pads.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
gonna-
not
oh,
a guy thing.
yeah.
really.
You know, I'm really starting to like this podcast a lot. This is episode 16.
You know who's watching? Dan Romano's watching. He says, "Love this show, my brother Tugboat Manny."
Yeah.
Very nice, Dan. Thank you. I'm actually gonna be visiting with Dan on his show this coming Monday, just to help him co-host a little bit.
Oh, great.
So I'll be there. You
he's
should come down to the studio.
He's been asking me, and you know,
Come join us.
it's just unfortunate with my schedule. I'm just so
yeah,
busy.
because you're so talented.
I'm so talented. People have been calling me.
Yes. Elizabeth Batapede is watching.
Yes.
Should we call your agent to get
She
through?
says, "Hi, everyone."
She's a beautiful person.
Yes. Who else do we
Her
have?
husband,
William Lannon. Hello.
Elizabeth's husband is buried with my uncle out at Calverton Cemetery in the same section,
Aw.
52.
Aw. Pat Marone says, "How you doing?"
How you doing?
How you doing, Pat?
Huh? Pat said, "Tell Manny to be funny tonight." Well, Pat, I tell you to be funny every night.
Who's Kevin Byrne?
Kevin Byrne is a comedian. He lives out east, and he says, "Don't forget about Red Mango." I performed at not only
Twice.
I performed at a yogurt place.
I
Twice.
know Red Mango.
Yeah, with these guys, Pat Marone, Kevin Byrne, and we're
I love Pat.
We're talk about.
I don't know Kevin.
Pat's great. Kevin's great. We were all there, and Pat, I'm really close with Pat. He's a very big
I love
supporter and friend of mine.
I
He's,
adore
you
him.
know, but we stood in front of like a yogurt thing, you know, at Red Mango.
Yeah.
And Pat did his yogurt joke. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what?
Here he goes again.
We perform at a yogurt place, perform bowling alley, restaurants. Like I said earlier, I may not perform at comedy clubs
Who cares?
and theaters too often. You know, I have. You know, I started off at Stand Up University.
oh yeah.
So that was at the Brokerage Club, you know.
Okay. Who
So-
was that with? Who taught that?
Peter Bales
Oh, Peter
and
Bales.
Rich Walker. I didn't learn anything from Rich Walker. Thank God. No.
He's kidding.
Oh, look, he's on. No, I'm just
he
kidding.
heard that. He
Yeah.
said he'll never work in this town again.
Elizabeth said, "I watch you perform in a parking lot in front of hundreds of bikers."
Oh.
When the pandemic first opened back, you know, after
Yeah.
when things started, they had these Motorcycle Mayhem was together with Johnny Rizzo of Motorcycle Mayhem Radio
Okay.
and Wayne Forte, a retired FDNY,
Nice.
was built a NYPD ceremonial funeral rig.
Mhm.
So they asked me to do comedy
Wow.
for that. They
what
did
an honor.
Wednesday night bike nights in different parking lots.
Ah.
So some of them were canceled. Some I didn't go to because I was doing comedy. But I would perform in a parking lot in front of motorcycles, people.
Oh, wow.
And they were like, I'm
That's
like,
a tough crowd.
oh, let me tell you something. That's where I like.
Were you scared?
If you weren't funny, you probably get your butt kicked.
Yeah, well, I would. Yeah, I was like, well, it could be a little intimidating, but you gotta be a little fearless
Yes,
sometimes. But
yes.
even though I have anxiety and depression, how do you explain that to somebody?
Yeah.
you
I have
know?
anxiety too.
It's terrible.
It is
Like
terrible.
sometimes I just want to run off.
It's a real thing.
It's the most
people.
comedians. They actually depressed,
Yeah,
have
go through the whole
anxiety,
and
sure.
anxiety, the same thing. You know, and
Yeah.
I can go down the list. You know.
absolutely.
Because we can make fun of ourselves.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Well, actually, I mean, I talk about my mental issues, but in the parking lot, I remember at one point I was at Miller's Ale House at Comac, right, and it's literally right off 454.
Right.
It's right there.
Yeah.
So I'm in the parking lot, and there's hundreds of bikers, and they're still pulling it. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, hi, I'm me. Blah, 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 blah. So I just stopped talking. And when the boom 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 went down, I start talking.
Right.
And then they would, and then you hear like wee 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 wee.
Oh,
And then you see a tractor trailer going that way.
Yeah.
And then like the band like wouldn't want me to be on the.
Oh my God.
One time I got into like almost a fight with the band.
Oh
and
no.
The guy would.
That's not fun.
What happened was the band wasn't registering; it wasn't working. So I walked in. I didn't know. Johnny Rizzo's like, "Hey, Manny, come on right up.
Yeah.
Tugboat Manny, do comedy." And all of a sudden, the band goes, "Hey, we're ready." I go, "Dude, I'm doing comedy."
Yeah.
He goes, "No, we're ready to play." I go, "I'm doing 10 minutes of comedy right now."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, you're not." I go, "Yes, I am." And they stormed off, and they went like 30 yards over there, and they were huffing and puffing. And I'm doing comedy, and no one's listening. I said, "You know what? I'm doing my 10 minutes."
Yeah. Good for
Why
you.
do I pitch you running around with the microphone?
Yeah.
Like,
Like, hey, you, be quiet over there.
And
I'm doing 10 minutes of comedy.
oh, it could be brutal. And you know what? When you walk out, and when I'm walking out to my car, you hear like, "Hey, man, you're a funny guy." I'm like, "Wow, you really listen to that?"
Yeah.
Like
I listen.
There's people that have.
I actually listen. I don't just go there to hang out and bullshit with
Right.
everyone and be rude like the rest of the rude people that go to comedy shows and
Oh.
talk over the comics.
Oh my
I do not
gosh.
do that.
So when did you realize you were kind of funny?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta tell you, I've been this person that I am my whole life. So
That's a good thing.
But growing up in the house, I was like very fearful. I couldn't be I was myself with my brothers, and
Right.
and then like when I got out to the neighborhood, I would be that goofball,
Yeah.
and then going to school, and I had a crush on my teacher, like my second grade teacher. But
A lot
she
of
was
boys
beautiful
did.
like you girls. But
Aw.
she goes, but like they said, I got left back. I got left back in second grade because I had a crush on her. But she was,
You would think you'd get straight A's.
Yeah.
I'd be
Oh
like,
my
wow, you
God.
think I'm
If I was
pretty?
the
Here you
teacher,
go.
you'd have A's.
You know what it is? She saw how talented I was.
Oh, she was jealous.
Yes, so she wanted to keep
Makes
me back.
That's it.
She
I
wanted
knew that
sense.
was the reason.
Yeah.
She wanted to keep me back for another whole year for herself.
Because she
See
liked you.
Yeah.
Because she
Oh.
liked you. She wanted to keep you like we want to keep you.
Isn't that illegal?
It is. I think just a
But-
little.
Yeah, very illegal. But I mean,
Is she still working today?
No,
No.
She was
You
fired.
know how
the
many years
following
ago that
year.
was?
I still remember Mrs. Rhodes. I remember.
Oh,
She goes, I
my
ask him a question, he just stares at me. But I was shy. What I'm trying to say, I was shy.
Yeah.
And then, like in home, like I graduated Navy boot camp,
Right.
and the leader of the company came up to me with my parents around, was like, imitate how you are, and I was like,
Yeah. Like no.
and the guy was like, oh, you're like that.
Yeah.
And I was like I was myself. I just wish I was more myself with my family.
I get it.
Yeah.
So like when you do improv, like I took a couple improv classes, it helps you get out of your shell, which I think is very good for mental health.
Yeah.
But it puts you to like have epiphanies in there, and it teaches you to I don't know, to be yourself, not just around YouTube.
Right. To become a little more
But
outgoing.
and be
outspoken.
be the person I am around you too, around your
Right.
husband, around my family, around this, you
Right.
try to fit it, I don't know.
I get it.
What do I know?
I get it. No, you know a lot. It's
Yeah.
obvious. I get it. I totally get it.
So how is it struggle with anxiety, but you have a career of the biggest anxiety?
Yeah.
I did a comedy. I did one show.
She had her
Uh-huh.
first
And
show.
the anxiety. I
Yeah.
thought I was going to have a heart attack.
She downed like
I
a
thought
case of beer in the parking
I'm-
lot before we even went in.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, and I'm thinking I'm going to forget my lines. I'm going to practice my lines.
Yeah.
I
A
nearly
couple
had
of
to
things,
take
and
it
I'm
to
sitting there
AA
thinking, "Oh
instead.
my God, I paid to do this to myself. What am I thinking?"
I know.
You know, and I
It's
get up there, and then it actually all went away.
Yeah,
You know?
really.
Yeah, you know, and then I just kind of had fun with it, just like he told me to. And
Well, I did too. I had the experience. My first time was I showed up. I didn't know. They told us for 6 weeks long, you're allowed to write your notes and all this stuff. I
Yeah.
was just having fun in class.
yeah,
I was like up there and and I remember Peter Bales going, Rich, he's going to freeform. And I was like, what does he mean? What is it?
Mhm.
You know, like, and it doesn't mean go up there and do anything that you want. It means
Right.
like I have like all my jokes, and I'll just,
Yeah.
they just come
Gotta fly
out.
through,
Yeah.
But I didn't write anything down that day. I wrote them down the last 10 minutes before the show.
Right.
The guy was smoking cigarettes at the time. I'll never forget it. This black dude was going first,
Yeah.
and he's freaking out, and we were smoking my cigarettes, and I'm like, and then all of a sudden I go inside to go to the bathroom or something, and he can't. I come out, and he's gone. He ditched out of there. Now my anxiety's
man.
I was sitting with him for like 45 minutes trying to be like, you're going to be fine.
Oh, yeah,
He's
no
I'm
problem.
you know.
Yeah.
Pat Marone said you got left back at Stand Up University too.
Yeah.
Oh
The problem is
God.
you can't run yet. Love Tugboat Manny is a motorcycle mayhem enthusiast. See?
Yeah.
Manny is the man. Alan Streisfeld. He puts a lot of comedians on shows.
Yeah.
He's another one that has been very good to me.
Okay.
You know, put me on his shows. Alan picked me up from the train station.
Go
one time,
Alan.
And all of a sudden I get out of the car and I see it says my name, Urias.
Oh.
And I'm like, no way, this is meant. I said, Alan, you're hired.
That's awesome.
No, but he's great.
You know who's watching?
Who's that?
Ed.
Oh,
Ed
Ed, where you been?
Stravinsky.
I miss you.
He says, "What up, hotties?" and "Boat dude."
Boat dude, yeah. Oh,
I love
that's
you,
great.
Ed.
Oh, he's always got away
He's
with
awesome.
words.
Marsha Fitzpatrick, hello from Indiana.
Really?
Whoa. Hello.
Wow.
Hello,
Wow.
Marsha.
Hi, Marsha. I'm Tugboat Manny. I look like a
Pat, you know what Pat said? Pat
What?
says, Manny downs a case of Yoo-Hoo before each show.
Now, Pat and I,
Thank you for sharing,
I
Marsha.
talk to Pat quite often, right?
Yeah.
And there's one show Pat he the guy. If you know me, part of my shtick, I'll be like,
he's already laughing
yeah.
by the end of it.
Well, I love when a comic starts laughing before he even tells his own joke. That gets me going.
Right, well,
gets me laughing.
see, it's when I'm on stage, I'm deadpan now.
Okay.
But I have been known
I saw you do a little giggling last week.
Yes,
You did.
But there's one, we did one show at E.B. Elliott's, and I had a good set. And part of my shtick is anybody heading after the show heading home towards Stony Brook, you know, or if I'm somewhere, I'll be, is anybody heading home towards Long Island? You know, I'm broke, and so this dude was drunk, and his wife and everybody, and they're like, "We are." I'm like, "You're it."
You're it.
So I get off stage and I go sit next to Pat. And all of a sudden, this guy comes over to me. He goes, "Yeah, you dude, you're hilarious. We're gonna take you home." And I go, "Listen,
We're gonna take you.
We're going to Stony
Take you
Brook."
home
Yeah,
to do
so,
what?
Yeah. So I go, listen. We talk to our fans after the show.
Yeah.
That's what we do. And Pat busted up laughing.
Oh my God.
Almost fell in. It was, you know, sometimes the people that you're with, it doesn't even it's at a show, it's like they lift you up, you know. They tease, you know, when you goof around, when you tease, you know.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't, you know, if I goof around and tease and someone takes it serious, I don't know.
Idiot.
I don't know, you know. But I mean, many of truth is made in jest, right? That's you know. But you know, I don't. You know, I just. How many days do we have left? How many hours? You know?
Time is going so
it's crazy.
fast.
You know what I mean? So I just,
especially with everything going around.
Yeah.
Marsha said, "Nice to meet you, Tugboat Manny."
Oh, nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is really cool. Like, you know, I'm trying. I wish I picked it up sooner to I really want to live in the moment. You know.
How old were you when you started all the comedy?
Oh, 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
8 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I lost my tugboat job. I hurt myself on the boat in the
Oh.
heat. I didn't like. It's just crazy.
Too much starch.
So yeah,
Too much corn
oh my
and
God.
potatoes.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, go crazy out there too. So it's a combination of psych and I like was in the heat, but my cousin's wife asked me if I wanted to go. I didn't know if I was going back or what. And so she's like, bro, they're having a fundraiser for his baseball team at McGuire. So I went, and Rich Walker had me laughing so hard.
Yeah.
And then after
He's
the
a
show,
funny guy.
he gave me a card and I signed up for his class. I was at the lowest point in my life.
Wow.
You know, and I took a comedy class and I'm telling her I take Prozac, I take
Yeah.
this, that, and,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
what do you like? I said Hellman's mayonnaise. And, you know,
oh yeah, I hear you're a big freak with mayonnaise.
Oh my God.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, I am. Oh, it was great. I did I won the last show with I'm part of a veteran comedy group here in Long Island, Project 9,
which I think is great.
Yes, that's
It's awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
And we just performed for the first time together at the Bohemia American Legion.
Oh,
and
nice.
any veteran that wants to get involved, whether active or you know, that's a retired or former veteran, they're more than welcome to join the program.
That's great.
You know, it's project9line.org.
Check it out, people.
Yeah.
And we performed as Veterans Comedy Assault.
Why are you trying to steer away from the mayonnaise?
Yeah, no.
I'm like, wait,
This is the first time I
bring
ever
it back.
There was this. I got to the show and this lady was sitting there with my friend's wife, and they go, "She's Beverly," and you guys are wearing the same shirt. So I go, it was like that color. I was like, bingo, I'm keeping that. So I closed the show.
Yeah.
So I went on stage and I said, you know, I have the hots for Beverly.
Oh.
And then it just took off, and I said, Beverly likes mayonnaise too. And I said,
I'm a honey mustard girl.
Yeah,
I'm Miracle Whip.
Wow.
Oh, I love Miracle Whip.
So
Tuna fish.
See,
oh my
Miracle
God.
Whip
my
with tuna
favorite.
fish is great.
Oh yeah.
But
The bomb. I grew up on that.
Does it have to be bumblebee tuna fish though?
Mm-hmm.
You see, what about your Starkist?
I like them both.
Yeah,
I like
either
'em
or.
both.
Right.
I'm not
They
picky.
both
Gotta be in
they
water.
taste really different though.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Like that's different than the Pepsi Coke challenge, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. But anyway, so what I was trying to say with the mayonnaise, I said, Beverly, we're going to go back to my tree house. And I said, there's a lot of empty jars of Hellman mayonnaise in there.
Freaky.
Oh my
That's what they said.
I was like, okay, I just pictured something in my head.
Yeah,
that
no,
I'm
Yeah,
like,
I think I pictured the same
Make
thing.
it go away,
Yeah,
make it
no,
go away.
no. I pictured something else too.
Fingers in the mix.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But that's what I'm trying to. So this silly class lifted my spirits, and look, I'm hanging with you two that I never would have met. You two are so.
And this won't be the last time.
Oh, it's all. You're such a big supporter of
I
comedy.
really am. I love
And
all you
acting,
guys and
too.
girls. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love the acting. That's where I'm at. And I love doing this show. And listen, I'm not going to lie. I have anxiety. I've had some depression in my life. And, I had a bunch of tragedies growing up. And it happens. It happens to the best people in the world.
Right.
It's just a thing of the everyday world now for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I tell you, the acting and the comedy and doing the show, I'm not depressed anymore.
Right.
I'm having a blast.
Yeah,
I'm living my best life in my 50s.
That's awesome.
Like, who would have thought?
That's it. It's you kind of wish you knew about all this stuff
Years
Young
ago.
you.
but like they say, the man upstairs has a plan.
Yes. So
Yeah.
true.
You know what?
So
And
true.
if I wish you guys nothing but success with this. I hope it takes
And
off.
you as well.
And if something good happens, then great.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, like people, I remember when I first started, someone told me that a lot of people try to chase that dangling carrot.
Yeah.
And would we all love to make? I believe, yes,
Of course.
But people are stuck in that. They're chasing that,
Yeah, you
and that's all they're
can't.
doing it for.
Can't be like that.
And it's like I performed in a funeral home.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Did people laugh
Yeah,
at a funeral?
at a funeral.
Like casket open
Open-
and
I-
you're up there
Open
with them.
casket was behind me.
Oh, you got to tell me one of the jokes that you said.
I think
gotta
I
know.
want that at my funeral.
Well, this is what it was. See, I was part of a veteran. I'm part of a veteran organization.
Uh-huh.
One of the guys, unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago.
Oh.
And we did a fundraiser for him, and all the monies went to his family.
Mhm.
Oh.
So, unfortunately, another veteran who was older and sicker passed away too a couple years back. And on the way to that funeral, I get a phone call from somebody that was part of the other family's funeral that passed away and said their mother passed away. They saw me perform. They know that I'm a clean comic and they like it. And they said that would you perform at my mother's funeral? Now I'm on the way to a funeral.
Wow, that's like a
That night.
huge honor.
So I was like, you know what? I said, absolutely, I'm in.
Wow.
So I went to the funeral and I learned that day that Jewish funerals take a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I even got up and shoveled just to get it moving a little bit. So, but
I could actually picture that.
I was like, all right, hey,
All right, it's been 3 hours. Let's get it right. Come on.
Let's get a move on.
But then I went to the funeral home, and I'll never. It was one, like, yeah, I performed at Westbury Borgata Mohegan Sun. Those are great. Love to do them again. Don't get me wrong, but when you perform in a funeral home, after the priest goes up and does the whole thing, and then the son goes up and can't even talk because he just lost his mother,
Right.
and then he starts telling a story. And the guy wanted me personally at his mother's funeral because she loves comedy.
Wow.
I did 15 minutes up there. I still have it recorded.
Wow. I would love to see that if you could send that.
Well,
to me.
it's not. I didn't video record it. I voice recorded
That's
it.
okay. I want to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very special. I get the chills. Like,
Wow.
and like, like you got to be willing to do the things that people aren't willing to do.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that like that saying, it's so Manny, do you want to perform in a foxhole? Yeah. Well, there's the nuclear bombs are going off. Well, you know what? This may be the last joke.
Yeah.
You
never
just
know.
don't know.
Seriously.
Like I was talking to my therapist today. I said, I'm 49. I said, my dad passed at 57. So many people, this, that, all these people, I'm not a walking bill of health. I got physical and mental, health issues. And, so I'm on, A through Z with the medicines.
Yeah.
It's, so it's, what the heck? Just.
And look how incredible he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Live every day to
Seriously,
the fullest.
that's
That is the way I do.
I tried. Believe me,
Yeah.
sometimes it's just hard getting out of bed.
Of course, I get it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people,
Yes,
trust me.
many
I didn't want to get out of
people.
bed this morning.
Right.
Yeah, me neither.
I did not, but
You know,
And I didn't. I stayed in bed till like 3 p.m. just
Yeah.
saying. But I was
See?
working from bed.
Yeah.
All right, but you know what? And it's okay to be. People got to realize
Absolutely.
it's okay to be not okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know?
100%.
Nobody,
I used to be afraid of that.
I don't expect perfection from anybody. I never have. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not like that. Like, just be who you are.
Exactly.
We love.
Miracle Whip sucks. Hellman's only. There you go, Ed. Ask Manny about
Miracle
serving in the
Whip.
Gulf War. Oh, I didn't tell you guys that one about. Pat asked me this. Nice to meet you.
About serving in the
The
Gulf
Gulf
War.
War.
I want to hear
I
about
did.
that.
All right, this is well. First of all, you know that I'm a naval reservist, right?
Yes.
And you've heard of SEAL Team 6?
I have not.
No.
Navy SEALs.
Yes.
Oh, Navy
Yeah,
SEALs.
I have nothing to do with them.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
I was actually part of Walrus Team 7.
Walrus Team 7.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's that's my
Uh-huh.
that's how I
I get it.
Uh-huh.
So hey, how you doing? Like that. And then
Love it.
I actually went to a comedy show and John Mulrooney was performing.
Oh, wow.
He is one of the funniest people.
Yeah.
He was killing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So he goes, this is the truest story, and I'm gonna leave out the curse word. He goes, because I don't curse in my act, and I'm not gonna curse
Good boy.
on the show. And
Then you won't get spanked.
yeah.
You sure?
So, but he goes, ever since Hurricane Sandy, we look at the beach a different way. And I started laughing. And then I realized I was the only one laughing.
Oh.
And he goes, "That's not funny, you sick F." And I'm like, and then everyone started laughing. And then he finished that. And then later on in the show, he goes, "You know, I perform overseas for our troops." And he goes, "Matter of fact, are there any veterans here?"
Mm-hmm.
So I raised my hand,
Yeah.
Navy reservist.
Yeah.
And he looks at me. He goes, "Is that sick F again?" So everyone starts laughing.
Oh, gosh.
Right?
Oh,
This is
boy.
at Governor's, 200 or 300 people.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "When did you serve?" Now, I just started comedy. I know I got to be fast.
Mhm.
I go, "During the Gulf War."
Right.
And he said, "Where?" And I said, "Tampa, Florida." And the whole room busted up laughing. Now, there's different ways you could think of that.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Yeah.
I served during the Gulf War in Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
And people will say, "Oh, Gulf of Mexico,"
Right,
however
right,
they
right.
think of
Yeah.
it, you know?
Right. That's great.
So I put that in my my spiel.
That's
Absolutely.
good. I like your
It's
spiel.
a true, they Stand Up University. They ask you your things. I took 6 classes. They teach you like a 5 minutes.
Mhm.
We tried to work on the 5 minutes, but I just keep writing and adding to it. So they teach you a structure, but all my stuff is
yours.
it's
Yeah.
true.
Short stories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all
all my
true
stuff
stuff.
was
Well,
with
people
with a
like
twist.
things topics they can relate to. Like that's why I dig comedy so much, because I love when the comics talk about real life situations.
Well, and here's one. There's a comedian out there I saw do it right in front of my face. I have a joke that I do, and he did it at Westbury Music Fair. This guy's famous.
Wow.
And I was like, this is too weird.
Yeah.
So I have a joke that says, "I always hated Christmas when I was growing up as a kid
Yeah.
because my mother's dyslexic. On all of my Christmas presents, she wrote to Manny, love Satan." So there's truth. So I saw that someone came over to me after the show at Westbury and said, "Did you see that guy do your joke?"
Oh, wow.
He said word for word, he did it exactly like you did.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's messed up.
That is
Yeah.
messed
And I
up.
can't wait to perform. I'm gonna perform with this person one day.
Really?
And I'm gonna go first.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do it right in front of his face.
Well, when we're off air, you can tell us who this person is.
But but the true story is behind it. I told them in comedy class, I said, there's a true story.
Yeah.
I said, my mother always wrote on my Christmas presents, to Manny, love Stanta, Stanta.
Okay.
So we use Satan
Yeah.
instead of Stanta because it's funnier.
Yeah, sure.
Love Stanta, that's not love Satan.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
a
funny.
twist.
That's
But
funny.
there's also, like two, and we said my mother's dyslexic, which she probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you know who's watching? You know Tommy Farrell, right?
Tommy Farrell.
Comedian.
Do I know him?
Yes.
I
Retired NYPD.
I'm sure I do.
You know Tommy. He was on the show last week with me.
Okay. Hi, Tommy.
Yeah, he's watching. Hi, Tommy.
Thanks for watching, Tommy.
He's saying hi. Pat Marone said, "Great
Pat
show.
Marone
Good
saying-
night, everybody." Yeah. Yeah. I like
Wow.
Pat. So how'd you meet Pat? Just through
Oh,
comedy?
the first time. I hope Pat's still watching. But I met Pat. I became friend. I became friends with him on Facebook before I met him, like you.
Right.
And then we performed at the VFW.
Oh.
No, at the Northport Veterans Home, the assisted living.
Yes.
And I've also performed in the psychiatric unit at the VA.
Wow.
I'll tell you
I bet
that
was
story.
crazy.
Yeah, they wrote a letter. Yeah, the guy wrote a letter to me. The guy wrote a letter to me. He goes, "To Manny, thanks for helping me get through another day of PTSD." And he started crying after. He tried to commit suicide 3 times. Lost 240 troops. I have that letter next to my bed. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
No award, like funeral home, psych ward.
That's why I do this show.
Like
to bring happiness and some laughter.
So I
to
met Pat at the VA at the nursing part, and they wheel them out there, and they're literally like this. They're really
so
it's
sad.
just sick, and
Prayers
there's
to all of
no and it's like, and Pat, I met Pat then, and then Peter Bales was on the show, and I put my jokes on my dry erase board.
Right.
So I take them and, I'll put them up or whatever. Peter Bales erased all my jokes and he wrote, "I'm sorry for this," and held it up to all the people. So that's how I met Pat. And we goofed right away,
Yeah.
That's great.
But I told Pat my first year of comedy, I got off the phone. And all of a sudden, I answered the phone. "Hey, Manny, you're going to perform at the Borgata in Atlantic City." I was only in my first year of comedy.
Whoa, that's huge.
And I'm like, I told Pat
that must have caused a lot of anxiety for you.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Huge,
I didn't do it until the 4th year of my comedy.
Okay.
I did, but it's
That's
really,
a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and that's a theater. So I did that theater. Well, I may not do a lot of theaters, but I performed in a couple really nice ones.
Yeah, I mean, Westbury Music Fair.
That's my favorite.
Huge. That's your favorite venue?
That's my favorite state. Can I just tell you, there's a thing on my Facebook. I went to a month after I took the comedy class. I went to go see Kevin James perform at Westbury. And Kevin James went to my high school.
Really?
So he graduated like a couple of years earlier. And
wow.
And then,
you did high school out here.
Ward Melville. And in Setauket. And Kevin lived in Stony Brook. But anyway, and so I said, it was a month after I said, "Kevin James, let me go,
Yeah.
I wore my Ward Melville t-shirt,
Yeah, nice.
And then
I would have done that too.
Before the show, I took a picture of the empty stage and I go, "One day." And I posted it to Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, 3 years later, the person that helped launch Kevin's career at the Old East Side Comedy Club took a liking to me.
Nice. How could he not?
And him and Darcy,
you're so likable.
Novick, gave me the Westbury Music Fair.
Wow.
And instead of waiting outside for Kevin in the back 2 hours, saying, "Hey, I did a comedy class,"
right.
And he's like, "Good luck with that." He took a picture and
I hear he's a really friendly guy.
He's been really cool with me all along. I've met him a few times, but so here I am at Westbury just 3 years later.
Wow.
I'm only in my 3rd year in this comedy journey.
Wow.
And I'm doing 10 minutes in front of 1,500 people.
Wow.
And guess who was backstage?
Who?
Kevin James.
Nice.
Giving me advice with his producers of his TV show. Just like in this room, just like this.
Wow.
Obviously, I wasn't talking as much as I'm doing now. But you know what? It's really cool to share.
At that point, you just listen. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, there'll be I don't know how to tell people. Like, I just listened to what I learned in stand-up university. I do what they recommended I do.
Right.
And I still write and and then I became friendly with Darcy and Richie.
Right.
And within a year, being in the year of comedy, and then they took they really given me opportunities and
well, you're really a likable guy.
Thank you.
You really are. I mean, I fell in love with you the first time I met you last week.
Thank you.
You're just such a genuine, sweet person.
I wish we would have met earlier.
Me too.
No, you're awesome. I mean,
so are you.
What about me? What am I
You're
talking Let me just leave. I think I'm in the way.
Don't leave. Oh my God, that's so funny.
But this is, it's just, I don't, we go to bed, tomorrow ain't guaranteed. And I just,
true that.
It's just, it's whatever. And it's something good, not whatever, but if something good happens out of this, then great for me. It's great for you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And with the drama
but it can't be all about that.
Right.
Just be you, people.
Right.
I always say if you do something and you love it and you put your focus into it, it all pays off one day.
And still be drama. And there's like drama trains.
Oh yeah.
And I don't listen.
I ignore it.
Yeah.
I won't be a part of it.
I'll hear it. I'll hear the noise.
Yeah.
Or they'll tell me the noise. Someone will tell me about the noise, or I'll hear it.
Just keep going.
But I listen to the noise that Jay Leno told me, Kevin James told me, Richie Minervini, Darcy, some other people that I trust and respect that are 30-year veteran comedians. That's what I listen to. their advice. I don't listen to
because they know.
Yeah,
They know.
I think I'm going to listen to. I don't even care. I just don't.
Yeah.
I just whatever.
No, I get it. Listen, I've experienced that quite a bit over the past few years, meeting lots of people in this field, and there's a lot of drama. It's like a giant family. Somebody's always fighting,
Right.
and it's over something stupid. Sometimes it gets very heated.
Yeah.
I've seen like Facebook wars going on.
And I'm a scooch. I've been a scooch, but
it's okay to be a scooch, but don't be mean.
Right.
Don't attack somebody's personal
Right.
life, their looks, like stuff
Right.
like that. That's just low, and that shit's not funny. It's
Right.
really not funny.
But as we saw in that 60-minute interview,
mm-hmm.
like the girl, the girl that they interviewed, the Facebook whistleblower girl,
Mm-hmm.
she literally was like, they know that more clicks are because of controversy and stuff,
Right.
Mhm.
So people have it.
It's addicting.
Exactly.
It's addicting.
Yeah.
Right.
Some people just love the drama.
Well,
they feed off of it.
It's like entertainment for them.
Oh, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Me, it stresses the crap out of me.
Oh,
I know.
I can't.
It's
I really
unfortunate, people will get things or opportunities, and it's great, go.
Did you see what Tommy Farrell wrote about you?
No.
He said, we met briefly last week. You killed it at the Ainsworth. That was Richie Kern's fundraiser for Cairo Killer, the next movie that I'm doing, guys. That was a good time.
Thank you, Tommy.
But yeah, I brought Tommy. He met us up there. I got a bunch of tickets.
I think, I met him.
Yeah, you met him.
Thank you very much.
Good looking man, he is.
I'll tell you what. I mean, there's a saying. See what Tommy just wrote and a couple of people wrote.
Yes.
Or saying
support.
And then the other thing is, you could tell, Walter Payton will say, you can tell people how good you are at stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're great at things, people will tell you, other people will tell you, he just said, I killed it. If I went around all week and said I killed it.
Yeah, no.
I don't do that.
No, you can't say it about yourself.
Then you would be an arrogant ass.
The audience is the judge.
Sure. And we're all saying you killed it.
Yeah, and I really appreciate it, and I look forward to the next opportunity.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see you again live. That's amazing.
I love it. Absolutely.
So the viewers are asking for the box. We do a raffle every week on this show.
Okay.
And it's out of my own pocket.
Really?
Just to make people happy so I can send them a t-shirt or a little prize from the show.
Oh, okay.
So tonight is trivia. So it's what is in the box.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be a question. So Rachel, you can hold the beautiful box.
We're going to do the box.
Okay.
The beautiful Rachel holding the beautiful box.
Exactly. The gorgeous Rachel. So it's what is in the box tonight. Thanks for reminding me, Ed, because I'm so entertained by our guest tonight that I forgot. So this is about a local boy, Eddie Money, and this is the trivia. In 1968, what did Eddie Money's father remove from his bedroom out of anger when Eddie Money decided to leave the NYPD after only 2 years to move to California to pursue music? This is a great question.
Yes.
Do you know it?
Do
you know who Eddie Money is?
Yeah, I do. But I'm thinking, I would have to say it's got to.
No, don't say it because you can't play.
Well, I don't know what it is, but
okay.
I'll tell you. Can I say after what I was thinking?
His record player?
No. Ed said his record player. His bed? No. But it was like 2 items in his room.
I'm going to say it after you get the answer.
Yeah, you can say it after the answer.
Because I'm just.
So think about it. Think about the trivia question. It's not his bed. Eddie was his whole family was all NYPD officers. That's what they all did. His father, his brother, whatever, his uncles, whoever. And he was only in for 2 years and said, this is just not for me. I can't see myself wearing this uniform for 20 years.
Right.
And I really have a big interest in music. I love it. I'm just going to pack up and leave the force, and I'm going to Berkeley. He went to Berkeley, California.
Isn't that awesome?
And he pursued his music career and became huge.
His
His
badge.
promo, what? His promo, what? Mags? No.
Promo mags.
His
Porno
badge?
mags?
No. Oh, porno mags. Sorry, I couldn't
I
see it
always
on
can
the-
count on
like
it.
promo.
Oh,
I might be
love
a little dyslexic.
That's a little naughty.
I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
Ed
I don't
is
think that's
very
an album.
naughty. Ed is a naughty boy. We can definitely agree. So come on,
Absolutely.
people. Let's see.
His dad took his posters down.
That's it. Tommy won. He took. Yeah, but
Wow.
what kind of posters, Tommy?
Oh, now we got to get in details.
What kind of posters, Tommy? Come on. You just Googled this. You. Hi, Nancy. Nancy Weems is watching. Hi, love. Your book is coming, I promise. What's NFW? Oh, no. Yeah, no. NFA.
Rock posters.
It was a rock poster, but who?
And I don't know that.
I mean, Tommy, you won because you guessed it was the posters, but I want to know what kind of posters, and whoever can guess what kind of posters, I'll give you guys a prize too. So it was rock posters, but rock poster of who?
Jimmy.
Who said Jimmy?
Me.
Oh.
Jimmy? Really? I told you to sit there and be quiet and zip that lip.
He wanted that
You're
damn
punished.
t-shirt.
In the corner. All right. He guessed it. Sorry, guys. Jimmy who? Manny. Jimmy who? Just say the whole name.
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy. Jimi Hendrix, yes. His father got so mad, went in his room and ripped down his Jimi Hendrix posters off his wall.
Wow. Yeah. Because
I read that. I literally read that whole article yesterday.
Well, I'm sorry I missed that.
No, you didn't. It's
I'll
okay.
go to the corner and get
Tommy,
my
you're the
Spanx
winner.
now.
You got it. Good job, babe. So happy it was you. And
Congrats.
Yes.
Manny will get a kiss on the cheek from Rachel and I when the show is over. That'll be his prize. No, I'm kidding. All right. I want to know real quick before I do sponsors, we have a few more minutes. Who is, we know what your favorite venue is, which was Westbury Music Fair.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite comic to work with besides Pat?
Oh, really? You know? To share a stage with? Yeah. That's a really good question.
I know
Because there's like, you know, like
it could be more than one.
yeah,
You don't want to insult anyone.
I'll tell you right now. Well, Richie Minervini,
Okay.
the Godfather of Long Island comedy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love sharing a stage with him.
Okay.
You know, it's just very so Richie. I love sharing a stage with Carrie Carabas.
Oh, yeah.
I love sharing a stage with Eric Haft.
Yeah.
I love who Peter Bales.
Peter Bales is
Of course,
awesome.
we performing with Rich Walker.
Yeah.
Chris Monty.
Oh, yes. Chris Monty. Is funny.
I love him. Chris Roach.
No, he's just named
I
throwing.
love Chris Roach.
Well, no, these are all, you know.
Yeah.
Big names. No, which is great. It's like you keep going and on. And
Chris
it's like,
Roach
oh
is
my
amazing.
God.
This is, you know, like.
A lot of people would love to be in your position.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's great. That
It's
is
really,
amazing.
yeah. I mean, this is, you know, but, and who else?
I think you've named them all.
Yeah. I'm very thankful for the people that give me opportunities.
That's what I love about you. You're so grateful and humble.
Yeah.
You really are. I
Yeah.
love that.
And I'm just as thankful as I am for the people that don't give me opportunities
Right.
because it adds a little fuel to the fire.
Absolutely.
True that.
I love when somebody tells me no and I'll go find yes.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I used to, you know, after I saw Kevin perform, I used to go home. I was smoking cigarettes at the time. I used to walk out my back door and I saw how Kevin walked out and Richie Minervini walked out at Westbury.
Yeah.
And I used to walk out my back door
The same way.
the same way. And, and then I used to do my jokes in the circle in the backyard.
Wow.
People call me crazy.
Wow.
And
I
I
don't think
am.
that's
I
crazy.
know
I
I'm
think you're a
mentally
hard
crazy.
worker.
But you know what? I don't want to say it's all I have because I know I have more.
Normal people are boring. I'm sorry. They
Absolutely.
really are.
And what is
I don't
normal?
like normal.
What is normal?
Yeah, what really is normal? Do we
I
really
have
no
even
idea.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Not-
no idea.
Yeah. You know, a priest told me that. He said, "What is normal?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
who is
funny.
anyone to judge what
Right.
normal really is?
Right.
Seriously, think
Yeah.
about that. That's deep.
true. That really
That's
is.
deep.
Yeah.
Very deep.
Yeah.
Join us
exactly.
in our next episode of
Of
what
deep
is
and
normal?
confused. No.
Deep and confused.
Love
But it's
it.
really, it's true. You're
Story
right.
of our lives.
Yes. Oh my God. As the studio turns. All right. So I have a few things I need to mention.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine, Karen Delicave, she's one of my best friends. She's fighting the battle of her life. She's got stage 4 cancer. I just started the beginnings of the fundraiser. We are looking for medical supplies, people, gloves, masks, the disposable gowns, chapstick, non-fragrant, oh my God, brain fart, moisturizers, anything that you think that she could use at home. She's really struggling financially. And the drop-off point is actually one of my number one sponsors, which is the Harmony Bar, 673 Newbridge Road, North Newbridge Road in Levittown. There will be a box set up this Friday. I will be dropping that off, and you can bring supplies over there. Jimmy and Tara, the owners, were very nice enough to let us use their, their location for our drop-off point, which was very, very sweet. So thank you, Tara and Jimmy, for doing that. There will also be an envelope behind the bar that each bartender will have if you'd like to donate money. So that would be a big help for Karen. Blessings and prayers to her and her family.
Yes,
she does have a
absolutely.
teenage daughter at home, and we really want to help them out as much as we possibly can. So getting to our sponsors real quick. Frank Paul Landscape and Design. He's my favorite landscaper. He does all areas of landscape and design. You can reach him at 516-698-2740. Dino Luzzi Energy Drink tastes great.
Is that this one?
That's
Yes,
that
it
one. It's
is.
got vitamins.
I
It's
see
made
this
in Italy.
everywhere.
Oh,
Get
yeah, it
you
is
going.
everywhere. And it tastes really, really good. I actually had
Dino
one.
Luzzi. Did you guys meet him?
I spoke to him on the phone quite a bit. We're still in working our deals
Good
out.
for
and
you.
He's a great guy. I love his stories. He's got a heavy Italian accent. I just love it. I
It's
love
really
it.
made in Italy?
Yeah, it's made in Italy. They're
Wow.
actually, their logo, they're a part of an Italian race car team now as well. It's really kind of cool.
Good. That's awesome.
Yeah, you can look that up
Kevin
on
James did a
Facebook.
Netflix thing on NASCAR.
Oh, sweet.
So I follow, yeah.
All right. We also have Michael Asta and Associates.
Mhm.
That is my favorite personal injury attorney and associates. You can reach him at 212-244-6555. He's got locations New York City, New Jersey, Long Island. He's the best attorney, and he is my brother-in-law. So use him. The man's a shark. You get hurt, call him. We also have Keys Cutlery located at Retro
Key.
Relics. That's Key Fits. That's 2860 Middle Country Road, Lake Grove, New York. You can reach him at 631-379-1781. And then we have his lovely wife, Theresa, KeysLoveJewelry.com. You can find her on Facebook. Her phone number is 631-379-2565. And that was a lot to say. Now I need some more water. So, Manny, we've got 2 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything you'd like to plug? Any upcoming events?
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Do it.
Okay.
Where do we have to be?
Oh, while Manny's looking, I got this in the mail today from AARP. Now I really feel old as shit. Just saying.
I'm going to be at Rudy's in Patchogue on October 22nd.
Okay.
And there's a really cool one. I'm going to be performing at a theater at the, it's called the Gene Rominsky Theater in Main Street, 232 Main Street, Port Washington.
Great.
And it's Stand Up for Autism.
Oh, nice.
And they saw me perform, and I got a message from someone that knows them that got in touch with me and said, and I talked to them, and they said, we saw you perform, and my husband goes, we got to get that guy on the show.
Oh yeah.
So I'm performing.
They know the goods when they see it.
Isn't that awesome?
It's
I'm
amazing.
seeing a Patchogue. I actually live out that way.
Oh, really?
About
Rudy's.
15 minutes from there.
And this one, where did it go? Where the heck did it go?
Oh,
Oh, it's right here. Stand Up for Autism, October 29th at 7:30 p.m. at the Gene Remisky Theater.
Okay.
I took speech classes in school.
All right, we're
Joe
up for
DeVito
time.
and John Ziegler.
Perfect.
Nice.
All right, guys. Thank you
Yes,
very
thank
much.
you. Share
We
the
Thank you.
show.
appreciate it. We
This
have
was
fun. We hope
amazing.
you had fun.
Tugboat Manny.
Absolutely.
Pleasure to have you here
Thank you for
tonight.
having
Another
me.
great
Thank
show.
you
Thank
so
you, guys.
much. We will
I
see
wish
you
you-
all. Guess who we have next week? Jackie the Joke Man joining us. Jackie Martling. Can't wait.
Absolutely.
Can't wait for that. See you all next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Peace out.
Ha.
Mwah.